Hello students, welcome back to your math classes. I hope you revise your previous concept and now we have a new concept with a new exercise. So in this concept, we are going to learn about the square roots. So in the earlier section, you have learned that numbers 4, 9, 25, 64 are perfect square. Okay. Now 4 is the perfect square of 2, 9 is a perfect square of 3, 25 is a perfect square of 5 and 64 is a perfect square of 8. So we say that square root of 4 is 2. We can say that square root of 9 is 3, square root of 25 is 3. So square root means a number which we multiply twice, so we will get a square number. It is called a square root. So thus we define square root. The square root of a number n is that number which when multiplied by itself gives n as the product m. So m is square root of n. If m multiplied by n is n, so m square is equal to n. So 4 is square root of 16, 7 is square root of 49, but minus 4 square is equal to minus 4 multiplied by minus 4, which is 16. Minus 4 is also a square root of 16 and minus 7 is also a square root of 14. So there are two integral square roots of a number in this chapter. We shall confine ourselves to positive square root of natural numbers. Positive square root of numbers is denoted by the symbol of this. It is a symbol of square root. So thus root 4 is the square root of 2. Root 9 is the square root of 3. So negative numbers have no square roots in the system of rational numbers because square of a numbers is always non-negative. Finding square root through repeated subtraction. So how can we find the square root numbers? Recall that for n natural numbers, so we need to n minus 1. So here we have 25. So we can continuously subtract odd numbers from it. So 25 minus 1, 24, 24 minus 3 is 21, 21 minus 5 is 16, 16 minus 7 is 9, 9 minus 9 is 0. So till we get to the place at the answer of 0, we have to continuously subtract the odd numbers from a given number, and how many numbers we have odd, so it is our square. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It means 25 is the square root of 5. Okay. So we get 0 in 5 steps of subtraction. So root 25 is equal to 5. This method of finding square root of perfect square is convenient for small numbers, but for large number it is lengthy and time consuming, right? Obviously for large numbers we are sitting for just getting repeating subtraction, it will take a lot of time of us. So finding square root through prime factorization. We already discussed about prime factorization. So I hope you understood the previous concept also, and now we come back to again prime factorization. So here is the number 1764. So let's take the prime factorization. So we will get 2, 3 and 4, 7. So we make their pairs. So we have 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 7, which is 42. It means 1764 is the square root of 42. Now find the smallest number by which 180 must be multiplied so that the product is a perfect square. In that case, well, you have to ask for the smallest number which we have to divide, which we have to multiply, which we have to subtract, which we have to add. You have to keep in your mind only one thing. At the moment of prime factorization, the numbers which are not in pairs, that is number for you for where you have to multiply, divide, subtract and addition. That's it. So in that case, we have pair of 2, pair of 3, but 5 is alone. It means 5 should be multiplied to 180 to convert it 180 into a perfect square. Okay. Find the smallest square number divisible by each of the number 5, 8 and 12. So what you have to do? You have to take the LCM of 5, 8 and 12. You will get 120. Resolving 120 into prime factorization, and while you making prime fraction, the pair of 2, pair of 2. So it means 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 120 is equal to 3600. Thus the smallest square number divisible by 5, 8 and 12 is 3600. Using distributive property of multiplication, find distributive property is 40 plus 1 whole square. So you have to solve this question in that way. So 40 square is 1600 and 1 square is 1. So plus 2ab. So a is this and b is this, and 2 multiplied by 40 is 80. 80 plus 1 square is 1. Now you have to add 1, 6, 8, 1. This is your final answer. You can check it. 41 multiplied by 41, 41, 4 and 4 4s are 16. So 1, 8, 6, 1. This is your final answer. One, 6, 8, 1. Find the square roots of the following numbers through repeated subtraction. So for 36, we have to take repeated subtraction. 36 minus 1, 35 minus 3, 32 minus 5, 30 minus 2 is 27 minus 7, 20 minus 9, 11 minus 11, 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the square root is 6. You have to solve the rest of the question in the same manner. Using prime factorization, find square roots of the following numbers. So let's take 441. Three ones are 3. Then we take 14. 14 के लिए 3 fours are. Then 2, 20. Then 3, 4, 9, 7, 7, 7, 1, 3 and 7. So 3 multiplied by 7 is 21. So your answer is 21. Next, for each of the following numbers, find the smallest number by which it should be multiplied so that the product is a perfect square. Also find the square root of the new number. So 68, we have 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 7 and 17. So this number 17 should be multiplied to this number to convert it into a perfect square. So 68 multiplied by 7. 7 8s are 56. 5 7 6 are 42 plus 5 47. 10 11. 1156. अब आपको इसका स्क्वायर रूट फाइंड आउट करना है. So students, you can easily find out the square root of 1156 while taking the prime factorization method. Now we have the second question, which is for each of the following numbers, find the smallest number by which it should be divided so that the quotient is a perfect square. Also find the square root of a new number. So student, the same way, I'll solve this question now. First, we have to take the prime factorization in that number which is not in pair, which is alone. You can take that number and you can solve this question as well. Now, find the smallest perfect square divisible by each of the numbers. So, while we taking the LCM of 8, 10 and 15, we will get 30. Four, 5, 15, 2, 2, 15, 5, 2, 1, 15, 5, 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 1, 1. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 5s are 40, 40 3s are 120. If we multiply 120 with 30, so 12 3s are 36. You will get your answer. This is the square. When we divide, you can simply divide. This square 3600 is divided by 8, 10 and 15. Now 3136 students are to be arranged in rows that the number of students in each row is equal to the number of rows. Find the number of rows. So you can simply take prime factorization of this number and you will get your answer. So I hope students till now you are getting the point how you have to solve your question by taking the prime factorization. So just take prime factorization of it, the square root of it, you have your answer. Now the area of square field is 7744 meter square. The perimeter of a rectangular field is equal to perimeter of the square, find the area of the rectangular field if its length is twice its breadth. So what you have to do here, you have your area. The perimeter of rectangular field is equal to perimeter of square. Find the area of the rectangular field if its length is, if length is x, then breadth is thrice, means 3x. And we have to deal with area. So we have to multiply it, because the formula of rectangular area is L into B. So 3 multiplied by x multiplied by 3x is 3x square. Now what you have to do, 3x square is equal to 774. Now x square is equal to 7744 divided by 3, and the answer will be 2, 17, 5, 24, 8, 15, 2, 24, 8, and for 1.3 something. And now you have to find out the root of it. So you can take approximately 2581, the root of it, you will get your answer. So now a society collected 52,900 as donation from its member. If each member paid an amount equal to the member of society, find the number of members in the society. So again you have to take the prime factorization. So for you, I'll simplify it. 529, we have 00. 23 divided by 529 is 23, and 23 is further divided by is 1. So it means it is the square root of 23, and we have 2 zeros. So it means 230 members are there in the society. If the product of two numbers is 768 and their quotient is 3, find the number. Product after this, and this is your question. You can simply find out with the help of above example. Next, so this exercise, students, ends here. I hope this is clear to you. Have you understood clearly? And if you have any doubts, so what you have to do, you have to repeat the whole content one more time, see the examples correctly, and then come back to your exercise. So students, now I'll meet you in your next class with a new concept. Till that, bye bye. Keep practicing question.